Hey YouTube, wanted to share with you guys real quick a Dorman product that I would not recommend. It's a door hinge assembly for your S10 Sonoma. Same thing. To me, this product is garbage. I just spent the past 3 hours fighting to get this ugly mess installed. I'm not proud of this work, but I did what I had to do to get it to go on there. I didn't even bother to change it out on the door side because the door side was still fine. But that's some sloppy work. Like I said, I'm not proud of that. But here's the problem with that. Okay, so the instructions that it comes with says you get a 1/2-inch spot weld cutter with the little tip on it, because it's actually got on there, whenever you get the door off on your old hinge, it's got little indents where the welding took place. So I drilled it, and I don't know if maybe my hinge was welded quite a bit hotter than normal or what, but needless to say, that 1/2 inch did not cover the weld. The weld was a lot bigger than 1/2 inch. So I drilled them all out. I couldn't get the hinge off. I tried banging it off. I got the air chisel out here. I chiseled on it probably for half hour. What I finally ended up doing was getting my cutoff tool and cutting off the ears so I could just get the flat piece, and then I quartered it. I cut it in 4 pieces, and then I was able to air chisel off the 4 pieces, and in doing so I kind of crushed in that little bit. That's why I had to shim it out 1/8 of an inch, and oh man, it was a nightmare. It was just a flat out nightmare. There was nothing, the instructions are short and simple, and they make it sound like there's nothing much to it. Well, there is. And then the second thing I didn't like, this was the other, both of these plates are the same, but the thing I don't like is, I don't know if I'll be able to pick this up on camera, but these threads, they're flat. There you go, you can see it there. See how those threads are flat? Well, 2 of these in my door, okay, the plate's in here like this. These 2 are the ones with the shim in it that you saw, but these 2, I actually stripped them out. I stripped the daggum holes out, and I wasn't cranking on it. This is all I was tightening with, and it stripped out the daggum holes. So number one, this must be some really soft metal, okay, and you can kind of see that the threads inside of there aren't exactly stellar to begin with. Then you couple that with flattened threads. Look how flat those are. So that's just a recipe for a disaster. And by this point, you're way past the point of no return. Once you cut your old hinge off, you're committed now, buddy. So I think if I had to do it all over again, what I would have done instead, if I'd have known what an outright pain in the ass this was, there's plenty of room here. Let's see if I can focus. Okay, on this side and the bottom side, there's plenty of room to stack some washers. Okay, the problem with my hinge was, probably like others, it was so wallered out that this piece of metal right here actually broke. So, it was done. But I think if I'd have got some washers, the same diameter as the bushing, maybe if I needed to drill them out or whatever, but I think I would have just stacked some daggum washers there and up there, welded them, and made that my repair, because it's fixed now. But let me tell you, this took a lot of work to get to this point. Let me tell you, I can't even describe. But as a user, an end user, I bought the product. And this wasn't cheap, by the way. This was like almost $80, I think, for this thing. And like I said, I didn't even bother to do the door side because my door side holes were fine, and I was not going to go through all that trouble of trying to re-drill and everything else. So the 1/2-inch spot weld cutter bit wasn't wide enough. My welds were bigger. That was my whole problem. And you know, at this point, I'm not going to go buy spend another $20 or something on another spot cutting bit that's bigger, which really ain't going to do me any good anyway, because once you drill the spot weld, the little tit in the middle of the bit isn't going to locate it anymore. So it's just crap. It's all around crap. I bought it. I think it's crap. And guys, don't buy it. Figure out a different way. Do like I said, get some washers that are the right diameter for the pin, and you know, just stack some washers on here. I bet if you stack like 3 washers or so and welded them real good, and then you put the bushing back in, man, that ought to be golden. So if I had it to do over, that's what I would do. So I figured I'd share this with you guys and save you the headache and the hassle and the heartbreak and the waste of $80 and the wondering if you're ever going to get your door to even go back on the truck. Am I going to have to ride around like a Jeep without a door anymore? It was bad. So there you go. Don't do it.